Hey guys, good morning. This is Anthony Sanchez. I'm with Strange Radio Central. Guys, a lot of you know me from my book, UFO Highway, which I released in 2011. Very controversial book, but today I want to talk about what's going to happen tonight. So tonight I'm on Coast to Coast with George Noory, and we are slated to talk about the UAP discourse between 2023 and 2024. What are the stark differences? But you just know that perhaps we're going to touch on this UFO flap that we are seeing right now, which is attributed to all the drones on both coasts. You know, back in 2019 over northeast Colorado, there was 30 drones spotted. And at the time, people freaked out. But compared to the reaction by the media and the government, local authorities of today's drone flap, UFO flap, it doesn't compare. So what are we seeing exactly? Are we seeing a psychological operation? Back in December 12th, which is a week ago, it's the 16th today, so that was just 4 days ago, I wrote an article in UFO Currents. My website is ufocurrents.com, titled Exposing the UAP Drone Agenda. Are we witnessing a psy-op? And in that article, I talked about the UAP hearings. Why? Because when we dive into the discourse about the UAP hearings, that could shed light on what we are seeing today. I was at a MUFON meeting in Northern California with the state section director for Northern California. Her name is Dev Rooney. And also in attendance was renowned and legendary UFO researcher who's operating out of Reno, Nevada right now. He drove all the way in from Reno, Nevada to be with us in Northern California, Rick Prestel. Many of you might know Rick because he has contributed to many of my books. In fact, Rick and I traveled to Dulce, New Mexico together, went up to the Archuleta Mesa after Governor Ventura and his team were denied access. They gave us full access, and we found military equipment up there at the top of the Archuleta Mesa. Anyway, that's a whole nother story to discuss. But at the meeting, at the MUFON meeting this past Saturday, some of the questions that came from the audience, the group in attendance, members, were quite intriguing. And after hearing everything that was said, it's like when you're in school, they say, no questions are dumb. There are no such thing as dumb questions. A lot of the times when you get a question from left field, straight out of left field, it's the one that can give you the answer that you've been looking for. Between Dev, Rick, and myself, after hearing everything from the crowd, primarily Rick put this out there, and I think he's right. He says what we could be witnessing is a COG, which is a continuity of government exercise that's leading up to a continuity of government emergency. What the reason for that would be, I don't know, and I don't want to speculate. Is it a delay in the transfer of power from one administration to the other? Is it a diversion to pull the public's attention away from something else that is happening? I don't know, but I do have a list of possibilities. So I want to just say that tonight on Coast to Coast with George Noory, I will be on the radio discussing all of this, and I want you guys to listen to that show. I don't have enough time today on December 16th to put together an entire show of myself, covering all of this, because I've been preparing for the show with George Noory tonight on Coast to Coast. Tomorrow, I will do a show through my little channel, Strange Radio Central, and we'll get that up on YouTube and Facebook. And by the way, please go to YouTube and subscribe to my channel. Let's get this going. If you don't know who I am, and if you guys are just catching this video and me for the first time, I've been researching UFOs for quite a while, but I've also delved into the paranormal. And don't let that scare you away, because all of a sudden we're seeing this confluence of both religious, paranormal, and ufology all finally colliding. And it's given us this new, strange, third-party perspective of what some might deem the supernatural. I don't know. Anyway, this year in July, I was invited by MUFON to give two presentations. One of them was covering the 50-year span of the United States Congress's interest in the matter of UFOs. And the other presentation was how artificial intelligence is coming into play when we research ufology and everything else, including religion and paranormal. Anyhow, guys, I want you to follow me on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, look me up. Just look up UFO Currents or my name, Anthony F. Sanchez. You'll find me on Facebook. But go to the website, ufocurrents.com. And remember, tonight on Coast to Coast with George Noory, we'll be talking about the UAP congressional hearings. And we're going to talk about the UAP flap over New Jersey, Temecula, California, Portland and Eugene, Oregon, what happened in 2019 in Northeast Colorado, Maryland. And there's a a whole bunch of Pennsylvania. It's happening everywhere. It needs to be discussed. Are we witnessing a psy-op? To prepare for tonight's show, go to my website, ufocurrents.com, and read the article exposing the UAP drone agenda. Are we witnessing psy-op? Is this just a way for them to put up hybrid terrestrial and alien technology that was reverse engineered? Is it possible that we are seeing some sort of military exercise? Why haven't they shot these things down? You remember back when the Chinese balloon was flying across the country, we released an F-22 near the end of its travels and obliterated that thing on live television. If they're not interfering with the activity of these drones, if they are not intercepting these drones, it could be because they're ours. It could be because they are prototypes from black budget projects, special access projects, that they are testing the technology. I don't know. You guys comment in this video, whether it's on Facebook or on YouTube, wherever you're seeing it, because I'm putting it at both places. I'm just a regular 9-to-5 guy. You know, I got to go to my job, so it's 6:45 in the morning right now. I'm going to get this video out. I will be at work today from 9 to 5, but beginning at around 5:30, 6 o'clock, I have to start preparing for my show tonight on Coast to Coast AM with George Noory. Are we witnessing a psy-op? Thank you, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.